All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to a special tribute episode of Scoops Podcast. I'm here with my good friend Antoine. Antoine, say what's up.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? So,
So, I say it's a special tribute episode because we are it's been a year since Kobe's passing,
RIP.
and it was a very sad day in the sports world and the world in general. I know that Kobe fans, even Kobe haters, just sports people alike, that day was just it was a tough day for everyone, and so I wanted to put together some stuff of different sports fans, different basketball fans, and get their stories, their opinions, what Kobe meant to them. And that was actually the first question I was going to ask you was what did Kobe Bryant, what did he mean to you,
Mm.
personally, or as a sports person, as someone that I know loves basketball as much as you do.
Yeah, I mean, we came up in. I mean, I came up in a sports family. Like, I mean, specifically basketball. Everyone in my family played basketball. When had offers, whatever. Well, besides me, but yeah. So just like even like you said, like people who love him, people who hate it. Like Kobe is an iconic name. Everyone knows him. Like Michael, he's known around the world. It's Kobe, the mentality, the way he played the game, the detail he paid, like the attention he paid, like AI told the story about, they played and he said, "Where are you going?" AI said the club. Kobe said, "I'm going to the gym." Like he just you wanted to be like him. You aspired to be like him. He made you want to play the game. He made you love the game. He just he's Kobe. It's everything about him was just, dad, girl dad, loved his daughters, was changing helping change women's basketball. It was
Yeah.
just he did a lot. He stayed in the game no matter what. He's loyal to the Lakers. Not much loyalty in the league, whether it's from players or ownership. So it's just he tried to do everything right. He tried, played
Yep.
through everything.
Definitely. um What do you remember about the day that he died?
It was a rough one. I remember coming off of like I had been up like on the phone with like a friend. Great conversation, was happy, and just like waking up and like seeing it and just like I cried like right. It just like it didn't. It's just not something you want to see. Like it and you know it for sure made you wake up on the wrong side of the bed. I didn't think it was real at first. My first I think I saw it on TMZ or something. It was like, what's TMZ? Or like it wasn't something official. So like I went to the internet, I had to look, I had to like make sure it was real. So it was like, damn, once it was tears, not as related, but still coming off of like someone who was a Juice WRLD fan. So like it was that death. And then it was like having Kobe, who's like I said, iconic, a different type of level. That's it just I don't know, it messed up the whole day. And then my stepdad is huge, like a fan. Grew up in Venice, like Kobe fan. So like having to break that news to him because it was so early in the day, still like he doesn't see it. So like I had to tell him that too. Like it wasn't a good feeling. And then with today's age, just like you you want to get away from it because it's like you don't want to think about it. You don't want to be real, but it's like in today's age of social media, you can't get away from it. And when you get away from it, you can't stop thinking about it. Like it was the only thing on my mind. Had a little breakdown. I'll admit, which is I wasn't someone who, while everyone's a Kobe fan if you know basketball, like that wasn't, I'm a Bron guy. So like that wasn't my guy, and it just showed like even if Bron wasn't your favorite player, you weren't a Lakers fan, like it didn't matter. It shut everything down, especially the way he died. It just and then you find out GG. It was a long day for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What is your favorite Kobe moment? And there's a lot. When you can talk about the 81-point game, the 60-point, his final game, 60 points, the Achilles. There's so many different Kobe moments, even outside of basketball. Him coaching different players, or him coaching Gigi, or him winning the Oscar. There's just so many moments in Kobe's life and his basketball career. What is your favorite moment when you think back of Kobe's life and Kobe's career?
So yeah, favorite moment definitely winning arm across, ripping the ripping the jersey or pulling the jersey, showing the nipple. No, I don't know. That's just that moment. Just that's
I think he was showing the Olympic USA logo,
you know
wasn't
it's
he?
crazy. I don't know. Like I never knew why he did it. I just like he won obviously, but
Yeah.
I didn't think he was trying to show something. I think it was just like heart, like
Yeah.
so I was like, yeah, bro. He did that. And then the last game for sure, Mike drop, great, 60 points. Hitting, not the best shooting, but I don't care. As he dropped 60 in his last game. Not too many people are doing that, and they won the game. Um,
Yep.
so like yeah,
Thanks to his
he
heroics.
went out like Kobe. And then that not as much as of a moment, but like that season. I want to see if it was last season or it was the year before. It was last year. I like had the chance to like go. We sat in the nosebleeds. Like Deontay was with me. Went and saw Kobe play. And like that was uh, that's personally I'd say that. But like in terms of like iconic moments, yeah, those would be the two. But watching him play was nice. Just seeing that in person. Hadn't been to a Laker game yet. Like that was a great moment.
I feel you. So if you had to describe Kobe to a non-basketball fan who doesn't really know who Kobe Bryant is, maybe a kid, maybe just someone who's just starting to watch the sport, just starting to watch Kobe, how would you describe him?
Legendary. Uh, if they know who Michael is, uh, in my opinion, a better Michael. Um, yeah, people are gonna hate me for saying that. In my opinion, like Michael 2.0, but not like a knockout version, like the legit. If you wanted to be someone and take their game and make it yours and make it better, like that's what he did. Um, Mamba mentality. If you don't know what that means, just willing to win. You want to win. You want to do whatever. Someone who did whatever he had to do to win. Um, didn't necessarily care about being like didn't hold his tongue, but was respectful. Great competitor, great teammate. I'm saying this like I'm a teammate. Great dad, great dad, NBA champion, NBA MVP, slam dunk winner. Done anything you'd want to do in basketball. He's done it. For the most part, he went and got it. Top three of all time, in my opinion. Whether you call me young or not, yeah. So watch the highlights. Watch them. Go watch them. It's the best way you'll learn who he is. Go watch him.
Yeah. Um, so I'm gonna give you two kind of scenario, like what would you rather pick questions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The first being, and this is like an impossible question in my opinion. You got to choose number 8 Kobe or number 24 Kobe. And the majority of people have chosen 24. So I'm waiting to see if maybe someone chooses 8, but for the most part people have been choosing the 24 Kobe.
Okay. Let me make sure I'm on the. So I'm young, obviously. I know Kobe. I don't know too much. So like, the best way I know Kobe is like 8 Kobe. And I don't mean this in any disrespect. Was like the more athletic Kobe, like the raw version of Kobe, and then like 24 was the complete player, like
Mm-hmm.
finished product. So and then 8. What year did he switch over? Jesus, I'm horrible.
I believe it was 08, 07,
Wait,
08.
7 or 8. So those first, it's hard to go against that. Maybe it is. Oh, it is 8 because that's Shaq and Kobe. Like that's, I'm a Portland fan. We all know the play. Like the play, the lob. Like that's. mm,
There's pros and cons to both numbers. 8, the pro is the 8 was when he had the 81-point game. He was going on a crazy scoring tear.
He's doing his thing.
He won more rings in 8 than he did in 24.
Also true.
And but the cons being he was younger, had a lot of growing pains. 24 was the more, like you said, complete Kobe. Won less rings, but he was really the Black Mamba in 24. But the cons being all those years, the Achilles tear and the years of not really winning and the Lakers not being a very good team.
I'll go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 8. He won more. He did like he got robbed. If you want to say whether it's him, Shaq, or LeBron, got robbed for MVP. Which I like Steve Nash. He's a good player. So I'm gonna go with 08
You're the
or
first person
not
to go
oh
with
eight,
8.
number 8.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I respect that.
because like now that you like when you really look back, like yeah, 24 is the more known. Like I feel like a lot of people get like maybe who don't know Kobe or like not huge Laker fans won't like know as much. But like yeah, that's Shaq and Kobe. That's more rings. Younger, raw. Maybe he was hungrier though. You know, that's playing against Mike, going at Mike. So
Yeah.
I'll go with eight. Yeah, number eight.
All right. And last question. What would you have rather seen more? Kobe and LeBron playing each other in the NBA finals, or that Chris Paul trade going through and Chris Paul being Kobe's teammate?
Kobe versus Bron. It's the greatest finals of all time. Like I don't.
I mean, I chose the same thing. Can you imagine? You know how often that would be watched, that would be televised on NBA TV? People would just be going back and looking at those two going head to head.
That like that the amount of great basketball you get from that, and then even if you want to look at the debate, like that in a sense make or breaks Bron's go to like that does a lot of things. Like it gives a lot of people, including myself, who may be anti Kobe or like you know in the Kobe Mike Bron debates. If Kobe's beating Bron those years, you can't like there's no room to say part of Kobe versus Bron is we didn't get to see it in the finals. Like you said, like that's great basketball. If we get to see that, Kobe either catches Mike, LeBron catches Mike, or like it's Orlando. Like I don't, I'd rather see LeBron versus Kobe than Kobe versus Dwight.
Yep. All right. So we're gonna wrap up. Do you have any final thoughts that you want to share? Looking back, anything reflective? We're a year now since Kobe's passing. Any final thoughts on him?
Top three all time. Almost Kobe. I miss him. You know, everyone misses him. Miss him. Wish he was here. Miss GG. Wish he could have done more. Don't take for granted people while they're here because when they're gone, you will miss them. Um, it's gonna be tough the next couple of years. For me at least, just trying to get over these Kobe. It's gonna be a sad reminder every year. I know it's gonna be tough on family. I remember my brother, when he passed, said a couple days after today to date, just like go how I went to the sports center, or Staples Center, go check Staples Center, just for him, even though he couldn't do it, just because like it meant so much to everybody. He wanted me to go see, and so I'm going to do that. Miss you, Kobe. Love you, Kobe. Got the tattoo. First tattoo I ever got was Kobe. Well, like I said, it just kind of shows, even though he wasn't my favorite all the time, when he passed, like it's just like to not pay respect. It was a good way to pay respect to him,
Yep.
give him my first tattoo. I'm always gonna have it on me. He'll always be close to me when I shoot. I always, have see it. It's always gonna be there. So yeah, miss you, man.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I feel the same way, and it's still just as weird now as it was a year ago. Nothing that feeling of something missing hasn't gone away in the slightest.
At all. Um, hopefully they keep the format for All Star Weekend. I will say that. Hopefully, because it is a nice reminder.
That'd be cool. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for joining me, Antoine.
No problem. Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.